Whether my screen is visible to all of you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you see these code blocks?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So this is the code block window. It is again one of the IDE. You can write any type of the code using this IDE. Okay. See, there is no any limitation which ID you have to use for the writing a code, or which tool you have to use for writing a code. Okay. So how to use this IDE? If I want to run any code, so I need to write it in a I need to write it in a one file. I need to save it using a some of the extensions, right? What is the
Dot C.
extension you use? What is the extension you use in the Python for the source file?
Dot P1.
Dot py.
Dot
Py.
py, right? So in the same way, in case of the C, we use a dot C.
Dot C.
What is the extension for C++? What is the extension we use for
CPP. Dot
C++?
CPP.
CP.
Dot
Okay,
CPP.
for doc file, for
Dot
document, Microsoft
dot
Word
doc.
document,
Dot doc.
dot docx
X.
or doc. Okay,
Docx
for
or ds.
PowerPoint presentation.
Dot ppt.
Dot PPT. Dot
Okay,
PPTX.
for app,
App.
huh?
Dot TXT. Dot EPK.
Dot exe.
Dot exe. Okay. So what do you might have understand what do you mean by this extension? This actually indicates the type of the source file. Fine. So we are going to create one source file to write a C code. So here you can find there is a create new project. Okay. So I click on the create new project. So it will give me a different kind of the things that you can write. You can write an ARM project, AVR project, Arduino project. Okay. Different code blocks plugin. The application directly. So you can find a various options here for different kinds of the languages. So I'm going to write a simple console application. Okay, I click on a console application, go. So here two options I'm finding, C and C++. I am going to write a C code, so I have selected it as C here. Next. So suppose I want to give a name for my project, first try. Okay. You can choose a folder where you have to save it. Click on next. Everything it is selected, finish. Now I have created a project. Okay, see these kind of the steps you have to follow for all of the tools almost. Means if you are using any of the environment, you need to either create a project, you need to write a source file, you need to compile or debug, and you have to run it. Okay. So what we have done here, so suppose you use a key in third year, you will use a key. So again, you need to create project. If you have to write a simple assembly code also, okay, and you have to debug it after writing a source file into the source file. So you will find on the left hand side there is a management window. Under that there is a projects tab. Their workspace is given. Below that, name of the project. Is it visible to all of you? Is it visible
Yes,
to
ma'am.
all of you? Okay, fine. Next is the sources. Okay. Under the sources, you can see there is a main.c created. Okay. So I have just double click on it. So you can see this is one of the structure of your C file. Okay. How many lines are there? Simply 4 to 5 lines are there. So what is the first thing? Okay, so this is a simple code to display the hello world in C. Okay, so what is the first thing you are finding here? What is the first statement of this code?
Hash
Yes,
include stdio dot X.
Hashtag
hash
include
include
STDIO.
stdio dot x.
Header files.
Okay, hash include
Header
h.
files.
That is the header files, right? Header files. What is the use of the header files here?
Standard input and standard input and output means for
Ma'am,
that.
it
It tells the start of the program.
ma'am, it is a preprocessor command which enters which includes the file from the means source file in for the
Okay, okay.
I'm
So
importing
something is
some
already
files from
okay.
the library.
Some functions are already written and they are compiled in one file, and so that you can directly use it in your code, right? Is it the case? So predefined functions, that
Yes, ma'am.
predefined functions, if you have to use, then you can use the those functions using that header files. Okay, so by default they have given two header files. One is stdio and stdlib. So it is a standard input output, and it is related with the standard library function. So in stdio .h, everything, all the definitions related with the printf, scanf, everything, it is written in the stdio.h. So related with the input output operations. And standard library has a functions related with the memory management and all. Okay. So no need to worry about this right now. So just consider hash include stdio.h. This is the header file I need to include in my C code if I want to write a simple printf or the scanf statements related with the input output. Okay. So what is the next line? What is the next line after the header file? Int main, right? So int and main, two words are there. Out of these two words, and after that there is a brackets, right? Round brackets are there. What is the meaning of these two round brackets in C?
Function.
Yes,
Function.
right? It indicates, right? It indicates this is a function. So, and what is the name of this function? What is the name of this function?
Input
Main, right? So main is the name of the function. And what about the int? What
Data
about the
type.
int?
Integer.
What is the int?
Data type.
Data type. Okay. So here curly brackets are there. It means it is a what? What we can understand, it is a function, right? The name of the function is main. Main is the, sorry. Main is the name of the function. Fine. What is the int given here? Int, it is a data type, but in case of the function, we call it as a return type. Okay, what is it? Return type of the function means the type of the value written by this function. Okay, got it. So main is the name, function. This is the name of the indication that this is the function, and this is the return type. If I don't mention any return type, is it okay?
No.
Yes. Okay.
No.
No.
No, ma'am. No.
Is it okay? No. So I need to specify.
Data type.
Okay. So in case of C, okay, in case of C, if you write, okay, I have just written main, just check it. We will check its output. Curly round brackets, then what is there here? Curly brackets are there. Okay. What is the meaning of this curly bracket? Opening curly bracket, and the next one is the closing curly bracket, right? What is the meaning of this opening curly bracket?
Ma'am, it is used to
It
insert the
indicates
function.
the
Ma'am, means what we have to do in the
start.
function.
Okay, it indicates the start of the main function body, right? And this curly bracket indicates the end of the function. How we maintain this in Python? With the help of indentation, right? But in case of the C, you maintain this start and end of the function or any block with the help of the curly brackets. That is one difference again between the main Python and the C. So here there is no any issue if you write print, if you start the print statement here, okay? But this spacing or the location of starting point of the statement matters a lot in case of the Python. Okay? So you can write all the lines starting from the first column only. Okay, it is acceptable in C. Just you need to maintain this opening and curly brackets at a proper places. Fine. So this is simple a code in C to print a hello world. So how to write, how it is written? This is the start of the function. This is the end of the function. And I have written only single statement, that is the printf. Okay. So in printf, what is this printf? Is it a function or what? क्या हो सकता है ये? See, after printf, there are a brackets
Man,
are
it takes
there.
input and displays the output.
Okay. As we have seen, curl round bracket after the name indicates it is a function. So whether printf is a function,
Yes, ma'am. As
yes,
it
Yes.
yes,
included
it is a function. And what we have
Yes,
passed to the function, there is something written inside this brackets, right? So that is actually a parameter we have passed to that printf function. So where is this printf function resides? It is present inside this stdio.h header file.
library.
Right.
SQL.
It is already written, and what we are doing, we are actually calling that function in our main statement. Okay. So what is the use of this? In a double quotes, whatever we have written, it will get displayed on the screen automatically, on a console automatically. Okay. So for this, see, to build or compile, there is a one option. If you click on it, on the below portion, there is a window. It can show you if there is any error or not. So 0 errors are there. And return type defaults to int. One warning is given. Okay. See, for this simple code, I got 0 error, but I got a one warning for this. And what is that warning? Return type defaults to int. Means it is saying that return type, it is the integer. Default return type is the integer. I have not mentioned any return type here. Whether it will execute, I got a 0 error and one warning. Whether it will execute if I run the code. Yes. Yes or no? Okay, this is the run option. I click on it. I got this output console window. What you can see, hello world. Is it visible to you? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
So what is this? This is the output of my code, hello world. And this is process return 0, execution time, press any key to continue. These are just the instructions given to us. So this is my output of my C code, hello world. Whether it is executed with a warning, yes. If there is a warning, it can execute. But if there is an error, syntax error, then it will not execute. Okay, it will show you error here only. So though I have not mentioned any return type, my code is working fine. Okay, what I am writing now? Any idea? Void means function does not return any value. Whether this function is returning any value, no. So I can make it void. Okay, so save this, close it first. Again, okay, build it. Return type of main is not int. Again, I got a 0 error, but one warning. Why? I have mentioned a return type as a void. Okay, let's check. Again, I change it to int now. And now again, I compile it. Now you can see 0 error, 0 warning, and it is showing you the time. Okay, why? So what you can understand, what is the return type of the main in C? Very basic question and frequently asked in many places. Yes. What is the return type of the main? That is the int. It is okay if you don't mention a return type for the main. Okay. Is it fine if you write a void main also? If you write int, it will not give you any warning also. Fine. So what do you mean by returning a value actually? This is simple, a printf statement, right? Suppose now I want to add two numbers and I want to display their addition. Okay, this is my task. Are you getting? Now what I need to do, I want to take some two numbers. I want to perform their addition and I want to display the result on the output console. Okay. Then what should be my algorithm? Yes.
I'm taking
What should be
variables,
the algorithm?
defining them as integer, and then integer A suppose integer B, and in C addition of A plus B.
Addition of A plus B. Okay. Simply what we need to do, we need to take two numbers. We need to read or we need to assign the value to those two numbers. We need to perform the addition and then we need to display the result. So these are my steps that I need to follow. So if I follow this step in a Python, it is fine. If I write these steps in a C, I will get a same answer, right? So how to do it in a C? So what we said initially, we needed two numbers. Okay, I can
And first we have to
also
define two variables.
two variables. Okay, suppose I am writing here int a comma b and semicolon. See, once again, one more thing. We have seen this semicolon at the end of the printf statement. So in C, all the statements must end with a semicolon except a function definition statement. Okay, remember, except function definition statement. So here this void main, it is the function definition statement. So we don't write semicolon here. Okay, so it is not expected for the definition, but this is a statement. So I have written semicolon. This is again another statement. So I have added a semicolon. So just keep in mind that all the statement must end with the semicolon. If semicolon is missing, you are going to get a syntax error. Fine. So semicolon is compulsory to indicate the end of the statement, except definition of the main, any function. That is not only the main. Okay. So int a comma b. This is what is the meaning of this int a comma b? This is I have declared two variables a and b. Variables which allocate some memory space to this for to store the different values. And what kind of values will be stored by this a and b? Those will be of a integer type. Okay, integer type. So I can assign the value a equal to 25, b equal to 30, okay, and c equal to a plus b. Okay, so now this will perform the addition. Now I want to display the addition. What I need to do? I want to display the addition. What I need to do?
Print.
Okay, I need a print statement. So how will we print f, then curly bracket p equal to, okay, c equal to percent d curly bracket quotes complete comma p. Okay, this is the statement. Now what is the meaning of this? With this, what will get printed on the screen? What will get printed on the screen? C equal to
55.
C equal to 55. Okay, let's check whether we are getting the same output or not.
Ma'am, can you tell about that percent D?
Okay, fine. See, what is the meaning of percentage? This is the format specifier. See, we are going to cover everything in our actual lecture also. Just I'm here introducing in brief the structure of the C code only. Okay, so this is percentage. It is the format specifier on your console. So see, whatever written in the double quotes, everything gets printed on the screen. So here, what will get printed on your output screen? C equal to. Now here, this percentage, it is the format specifier. Means now I want to print a value which is stored in one of the variables. So what is the type of that C? It should be int. So I need to add A, B, and C also here in int. Okay, I need to declare a C. In C's language, we must declare a variables before its use, right? Suppose I want to assign some value to A must be declared before assignment. Okay. So as C is the integer, so I can perform it as a %d. %d, it is used for the integer, %f for float values, %c for the character values, %s for the string values. So you will come to know what is the meaning of these formats specified. And that value, now what is the value of the %d? It is stored in the C. So you can specify with this comma. Okay, after the comma, you can specify the name of that variable. So this is the thing with which what you can do. You can write a simple addition code. See, 0 errors and 1 warning because I have not written an int. Okay, and run it. Hello world, and after that C equal to 55. Okay. Now 55, what is this 55? 55, it is the value of the C variable. Okay, got it. Now here, what we have done, we have assigned a value randomly to A and B. But suppose I want to take these two values from a user, right? Do you know accepting the value from the user at runtime, that it will ask you, enter the value of A, then you will type the value of A from the keyboard. Then it will ask, enter the value of B. Then again, you will give the value of B. So based on the value entered by the user, it must calculate the addition and then display it on your console. For that, what we need to do? We need to use the statement which will accept the input from your standard input stream. Let's say it is a keyboard in this case. Okay. So for that, we need to use a scanf statement. So what is this scanf statement? How to use it? That we will study in the next lecture. Simultaneously, what are the different language elements? We will again focus on this. Fine. So this is enough for today. So can anyone brief what we have learned, what you have learned? Yes, anyone? Otherwise, I'm going to call the names randomly as I can view everyone on the screen. Anyone? Swaraj. Swaraj is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Just explain in brief what we have learned today.
Ma'am, we learned the basic structure of C language, how to print, and means what the output is coming.
How
The
the output is coming.
the data type integer where it is required or not to give, and whether it is showing that output is correct or you need some confirmation of.
Okay. Which IDE or which tool we have used to write a C code here? Anyone? Which tool or IDE we have used?
Code block.
Code block. Okay, code block. Okay. So we have seen initially simple C code, how to execute it using a code block. How is the basic structure of your C code? What do you mean by function? How to write it? What do you mean by the return type of the main? So understand the return type of the main function. It is the integer by default. Okay. And the opening and the closing end, the start and end of the any block is done with the help of the opening and closing curly brackets, right? Then in order to use any variable, we must declare it before its use. We have seen we need to include some header files before writing a code. And whatever the statements we are writing for stdio.h, it is included for the printf as well as the scanf statements. Okay. So in this way, we have studied the basic of a C code structure. Okay. So now we will stop here, and total 66 people are present here. So I will record the attendance of all. And today You have to mark your attendance of today's slot. Okay.